Hello friends, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Today we will discuss Newland's law of octave. In 1864, a scientist named Newland gave a very important arrangement of elements based upon their atomic mass. So he found that when atoms are arranged as per the increasing atomic masses, then the eighth element's property will be similar to the first element. Like that, the second element's property will be similar to the ninth element. Okay, so he called it the law of octave. So according to this law, when elements are arranged in the order of increasing atomic masses, the properties of the eighth element are a repetition of the property of the first element. So this was very interesting thing that he noticed. So he made a table and he arranged the elements based upon his findings. So all the elements are placed here from helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen and oxygen on the first row, you can see, and after O, fluorine bears the property of hydrogen, so it was placed below hydrogen. Similarly, sodium, that is Na, was similar to lithium, so he placed Na below lithium. Likewise, he has placed magnesium below beryllium, aluminum below boron, silicon, phosphorus and sulfur likewise based upon his findings. It was very good finding of that time, so he arranged it in a table which was very useful. He grouped lithium, sodium and potassium in a group, and all were similar in properties, and beryllium, magnesium and calcium, those were also similar in properties, so he grouped it like this. All the three elements, beryllium, magnesium and calcium, possess similar chemical properties. So the classification of elements based on his law of octaves gave a very important conclusion, that is some systematic relationship between order of atomic masses and the repetition of properties of elements. Okay, now comes the limitation of Newland's law of octaves. So the law of octave was possible only up to calcium. After that, he could not position the elements in the table based upon his assumption. So this was the first limitation, and Newland's second assumption was that only 56 elements exist in nature and no other elements can be found. So this was also wrong. Later on, many elements were discovered which were placed in the table. And his third limitation was, in order to fit the elements in the correct position, he started combining two elements and grouped it in a one cell. He placed cobalt and nickel in one cell. In the first column you can see cobalt and nickel is placed in one place. There was no reason for this, only they were similar, so he grouped them together. Fourth limitation of Newland's law of octaves is iron element, which is Fe, is placed in the last column, but iron is very much similar to cobalt and nickel which is placed in the first column. So Newland could not explain this also. So even though his finding was very interesting and gave later advancement in the positioning of elements in the table, with this limitation also his finding was of much useful, because he has given a way to show that the properties of element are periodic after some time, and he said it is periodic after every 7 elements. So this was a very good conclusion that he gave. So hope this is clear, and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks.